Just because you decide to live out of your car, it does not mean you will never step foot in a house again. In the beginning, especially in the beginning, if you want to go to a family member's house or a friend's house, something to eat dinner, to, you know what I mean, to relax and to, hang out in, if it's a healthy environment, and then, and then go upon your way and then go in your car and go to sleep and go somewhere else or whatever it may be, just understand that you are not locked into your car. Your car is not a prison. Your car is a bird. Your car is your transportation and your shelter. But at any time, you can go to a friend or family's house and you can go in their dwelling. At any time, you can step into a hotel room, etc., etc. You can go into a regular house and enjoy the comforts of that home, and then go back into your space, into your car, and fly away, or seek shelter, seek your quiet time. So I just want you to have that mindset that you're not locked in. Your car does not become a prison. It's not a jail cell. And just because you decide that you do not want to, just because you decide you are not 99% of society where you're going to live in a conforming regular house, you're maybe the 1% of society from that standpoint where you are living an abnormal life. I don't want you to have the mindset of you're on strike and you're making a stand that you're never going to go into a house again. No. That's a rigid mindset, all right? So it's plenty of time I visit friends or family members that I'll go in, I spend a couple hours with them, and then I'm on my way. I sleep in my car. I, go to the next spot that I need to go to. But I want to communicate to anybody out there that is thinking of living this lifestyle, who is living this lifestyle, or who is just curious. Because someone chooses to live, whether out of their car, whether out of their van, or even out of an RV, that does not mean you go on strike and you never enter a house again. Okay? So that freedom of mind, and like I always say, if at some point in your journey, your life circumstances change or your mind changes and you want to go back into a regular conforming apartment or house, you give yourself the freedom to do so. Never forget that freedom is love. Love is freedom. Rigid mindset, stubbornness. Stubbornness is someone who doesn't have flexibility. It's pride. That's what it is. A stubborn person is a prideful person, and that's why they suffer. Lack of humility, lack of grace. I don't fuck with people like that. I don't. I'll cut them off. And so I just want to share that. I want to communicate that. I do not want to assume. Vince Lombardi, one of the greatest coaches of all time as far as football. I don't watch much sports anymore, but he was a great coach. I always say, whether you like someone or you don't, you should always study people that succeeded. Study their principles. And one principle that he had when it came to teaching people and inspiring people, he was a great coach, he was a great motivator, he was a great teacher. He said, I teach as if I assume everyone knows nothing. When I give my speech and when I teach at practice, I assume that the people I'm speaking to know nothing. Now, I don't believe in speaking to people like babies. That's not what I'm saying. What I believe he was communicating through that principle in context was that don't assume that someone is mindful of this. Don't assume that someone who is living out of their car, they want to know about alternate lifestyle. Don't assume that they have the mindset of, I can go in the house. You know what I mean? I can visit my friend or my family member and go, have dinner with them or do whatever. And, you know what I mean? Still, you need to have your healthy boundaries. But I want you to know that you have freedom. Your car is not a jail cell. It's a transportation and a shelter resource for your mobile, nomadic lifestyle. Never forget it. Stay inspired.